let's do this a little bit differently. We're going to do this as the collective consciousness is living it. Because we as light workers, we know how to bookend something and say, I'm just going to put that over there and be right here. But let's do it this way. We're going to be right here. And all of that chaos, all of that life stuff, all of that collective consciousness, we're going to allow it to be out there. So it might be 360 degrees around us. Allora, we're going to let it be out there. Ah, yes, that's a much better image. You guys are getting it because I'm feeling expansions, okay? So just rest deep into your divine soul knowing. Think of it like when you do a stretch and you think you've hit the rest of the stretch, that's as far as you can go. Your muscles, you can push, your muscles won't go anymore, and then you let go and you get more stretch. So it's the same thing when you drop into your divine soul knowing. It's like, okay, I'm going to rest in my divine soul knowing, let go, and feel yourself sink in a little bit deeper. There you go. You rest to the point that you think it is, let go, and feel yourself sink in a little bit different. It's just a small sinking sensation. Okay. And let me take a moment to tune into your two divine souls, and I want you to just rest and do your basic activation. Where you're letting light flow from infinity through your divine soul knowing, up through your divine heart, human heart, and filling up all of your bodies. This is your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your mental body. Okay, good. Your psychic body, your soul bodies. Note even that is a plural. Okay, and your light body, your consciousness body. These are all different layers to this multidimensional beingness of you. Okay, good. Okay. You just rest in that and feel the light flow. Release any thoughts or ideas that no longer serve you. Let the light do the work, and let me do a quick tune in. Oh, good. Yeah, we're going to do good work tonight. Okay. Okay, this is going to be good tonight. The dynamic that both of you all are going through, and as is the population at large. And it's directly connected to opening up your hearts. So you're just letting light flow, transforming any thought or idea that no longer serves you. And I want you to transmit as a waymaker and a way shower. Those are two different things. Waymakers is you make your way in yourself and you show others how to make way into the unknown. And a way shower is you share your process after it's completed with those who have yet to go through something similar. Nobody will go through exactly what you go through, but there are similar patterns. Yeah. So you're just sending love. This is not about teaching. This is not about evangelizing. This is about being in your love and helping other people to learn how to be in their love. That's the most natural state we can be in. Now, the dynamic that's present in you all I'm waiting for the words that would be common. Can be best described as wanting to know what the new will be like before you step into it and before you step out of the old. And this is something that is very present in the collective consciousness right now. They want to return to normal. Well, that normal no longer exists. There's no going back. And so they're grappling for something familiar. And that's where the otherism comes from, is to try to create this sense of familiar in a terrain that's very unfamiliar. Grappling onto something familiar is trying to hang on to the old before you step in the new. And we're already in the new. We're already in the new. Yeah, good. Y'all feel that expansion that's going on in you, yes? So just rest a moment and say, okay, I'm in this new. I'm here in this new. And this new is me consciously allowing vibrations of infinite intelligence, omniscient wisdom, and omnipotent unconditional love that is equally everywhere present, formed in different ways, just like it's formed in my heart, it's formed as my liver, it's formed as my muscles, it's formed as my bones, it's formed as my skin, it's formed as my blood. It's formed in many, many different ways. It's formed as Patrizia, it's formed as Malia, it's formed as Glenn. These are all different forms of consciousness, but the divine light is equally everywhere present in different forms. And so what we're doing is we're allowing our human awareness to evolve into deeper levels of understanding this. And so the world that has smashed our bottles of oil, our familiar ways of nurturing the eternal flame of divine light, our conscious choice to allow, our conscious choice to open our hearts and receive with courage to discover what does that mean. That's our one bottle that lasts. Good. Now just feel those expansions going on. I know it's kind of always a little funky weird at the beginning to be in your body for this because you are so aware of all of these vibrations. So just rest in them. If there's a part of your body that's uncomfortable, rest in that uncomfortableness. Just relax into it. Relax into it and be as a child, curious and open. Make friends with it. Send it love, not to fix it, but just celebrate that, wow, my body is evolving, like woohoo. There you go. And whenever these vibrations that we're transmitting, whenever these vibrations, and they're always deeper than you were able to perceive before you come into the light circle. They're not to be managed from the old paradigm. They're not to be managed from the old ways. They're to be discovered. Yeah? And we're going to transmit this thought into the collective consciousness. And keep in mind, we're together, it's a trinity. So just consciously acknowledge that three together, just like three individual notes come together to make a musical chord. And in that musical chord, each note is amplified. Huh? This is what we're doing right now. And we're sending it out to this world around us. So in the fourth level of the basic activation of divine light vibrations, when we send light to the far reaches of the known universe and beyond, what we're doing is we're sending our light and our individual growth, our individual expressions out to the far reaches of the known universe of collective human consciousness and beyond, and allowing it to come back. Yes, you understand? Yeah. So we're just resting and paying attention how that is flowing through us. See it through whatever eyes you're seeing it, knowing that as you're allowing your consciousness to evolve, your human awareness, your human awakeness to evolve, you are lifting veils from your eyes. and your eyes will change. There's an analogy that's coming to mind. If you were in a bright room and you suddenly turn all the lights off, usually the first thought is, oh, I can't see. And so then you don't let your eyes adjust. When you just rest in it and you look around, if there's any little glimmer of light, you're able to perceive things. But if there's no glimmer of light, then other things become activated to where you start to see and sense in different ways. So when you are in a state of transformation and you're allowing the eternal light of you to flow more fully and freely, and the eternal light of the all or God that created you, that thought you into being, and you're consciously allowing that to move through you, of course, the way you perceive and see is going to change. But if you try to stay in the old ways, you limit yourself. So let's transmit the awareness to the collective consciousness, those who are praying for light, to let go. Look within and consciously let go and allow the divine light of you to flow up. And then outwards. One might say, how do I open my heart? Okay, good. And now relax deeper into your divine soul knowing. And we're going to transmit to the collective consciousness. To open one's heart, you must first stop. So even right now, let's each of us open our hearts more fully. We're just going to stop. And let's give a big, oh, okay. Give a sigh, Patricia, and let it be vocal. Ah. And feel that resonate in your body. It's like, okay. And you notice when you do that, there's just a little more space and then a little more tension up here. So we're also going to say, okay, I need new brain synapses. I need to allow my brain to rewire. So, okay, I let go. I'm going to let my divine soul do a little bit of the driving right now. Teach my biology a few things. Yeah, okay, you feel those expansion vibes going on now? You know? It's very simple, this stuff. It's not always easy because we keep trying to hang on to what we know. And the thing is that this process of opening our hearts and then redirecting our attention within, and just the concept, there you go, let it go. Yawns are our body's natural way of adjusting to new vibrations. But we stop and just take a moment and play what if. And we look within and play with what if. What if I have a divine soul? Now, the three of us, we know we got divine souls, but let's just play what if. Because we're going to play it on behalf of the collective when we're sending this out. What if I have a divine soul? What if I have a divine soul that was thought into being by an infinite intelligence that knows all things because it created all things? An omniscient wisdom that knows how to manage all things for the highest good of all. And an omnipotent, all-powerful, unconditional love that can. What if? And what if my perception of that is just scratching the surface of it? What if? Good. And what if I were to step aside and just see what my divine soul has to say or do? And what if my divine soul is talking to me? I mean, what if I am my divine soul and that part of me is talking to me? What if I listened? You feel those expansions, yes? You may or may not know yet what they're saying, but you know they're there. And that is you allowing infinite intelligence, omniscient wisdom, and omnipotent unconditional love to flow more freely. And those yawns are your body biologically saying, I'm breathing some more space into my biology so that I'm able to perceive on deeper levels. That is part of your heart opening. So let's transmit this experience because you feel better, yes, than you did 10 minutes ago? You feel lighter? Yes? Okay. So let's transmit that of, hey, folks, fellow compadres here in this adventure we call life on planet Earth. Guess what? This stuff is pretty simple. So you transmit it to those who have lived similar paradigms with limitations and hurts that you learned to live under. And their themes, we all have unique experiences, but we're not alone in it, but we're alone in how we handle it. But we're not alone in our themes. Yeah, good. And we're going to feed and nurture. I think it was like, I don't remember how many, but all of the people that have been consciously celebrating Hanukkah, each in their own way. Orthodox, not orthodox, lip service, latke eaters, and that's about all there is to it. The ones who are teaching the children, the ones who are living the religiosity of it, the ones that are endeavoring to live the spirit of it, the ones that are living the metaphysics of it, the ones that are living the alchemy of it, the ones that are living the history of it, the ones that are struggling, the ones that are fighting religious wars, the ones, all of them that each in their own way have been celebrating. I would like for us to feel into it individually and collectively and send them all our ever-evolving consciousness of the eternal flame of God, or the eternal flame of divine light, to use my languaging, because each of those people see God differently. And did you know in the Jewish faith, they don't really pronounce the name God? And they didn't write it. It was a symbol because they said it's too grand and too powerful for humankind to properly understand. There's a lot of value in that. For even people outside of the Jewish faith. Instead of trying to humanize this thing that's much grander than our human evolution can even begin to perceive. And even if your divine soul, or if someone's divine soul comes from a dimension that is so much more evolved than what this 3D human experience is about, they still need to process through the human biology. You understand that, yes? Yes. So we're going to transmit to that group of people, each in their own way, from our divine souls to their divine souls, and also from our triple divine soul, flower of life, coming together to create one whole chord. We're going to transmit out an ever deepening awareness and opening their heart to an ever deepening awareness of the eternal light of all there is. And then to reach out to others. In the power brokers, it just takes one heart opening and letting an other who has been ostracized to come back in with love. The group doesn't have to change, but just to embrace in their heart the otherness of other people. It just takes one within a group to change everything. It takes one to make that choice, and one other to make that choice, one other to make that choice. And when you've got that trinity, and we're going to let that flow up to the 1% power brokers in our economics. It just takes one, and then one more, and one more. And if it's a fad, let it be a fad, but that will ripple out. And it's starting to happen. We're seeing it so. And we've just finished the winter solstice, so the days of light are here. And so it is. Amen.